Next, I would like to move towards the economic perspective. Malaysia's public transport system is economically inefficient. In some areas and during peak hours, the public transport systems like MRT and LRT are overcrowded and full, while in other areas and periods, it is severely underutilized. This imbalance leads to wasted operational costs, reduced productivity, and lowers the return on investment on public transport, as the inefficiency is causing the citizens in Malaysia to go back to using cars. As supported by research done in 2023 by Dr. Noor Asia Omar, where she states that the inefficiency or the unreliability of public transport is pushing people in Malaysia to use cars. Now I move towards the complication, where I will discuss the cause and effect of this issue from an economical perspective. Malaysia's public transport is using a top-down or supply-driven approach. This means that they use projections over real commuter usage. This leads to overcrowding in some areas and underutilization in other areas. And also this leads to 20 billion ringgit loss in annual productivity due to congestion. Thirdly, this leads to low ROI or return on investment, as MRTs are having lower than 50% of expected ridership. Fourthly, is wasted funds on empty buses and trains. Why? Because people are just not using it enough. As supported by a research by Dr. Imran Yusuf in 2021, where he states that this supply-driven approach is holding back, is withholding the potential of Malaysia's public transportation system. Next, I move towards the resolution. We should fund public transport based on actual usage. In other words, use a demand-driven approach, not outdated projections. What does this mean in terms of implementation, though? Firstly, we need to use smart cards and GPS tracker to track actual commuter usage. Secondly, is to add more trains and buses where it is high in demand. In other words, pump money where it is needed. Thirdly, is to restructure routes to match real economic activity, not outdated blueprints. Fourthly, is to fund operations or operators based on performance, not just coverage area. This a 2022 GSMA report supports this by saying that a demand-driven approach will bolster Malaysia's public transport system by making it smarter and more efficient. This reduces waste, improves return, and turns public transportation in Malaysia into an engine or a vehicle for economic growth. Hence, we need to implement this to ensure that public transport in Malaysia becomes more efficient for everyone. That's all from me. Thank you.